Hello and welcome back to our back garden. Today we're going to be sowing some broad beans in toilet roll tubes. We're going to make some pots out of the toilet roll tubes and get some beans in there ready to go in the raised beds. Alright, let's get to it. So we'll start off by making some pots. As you can see, I've already started to make some here. What we do is we take just an empty toilet roll, make a couple, 4 cuts, probably between an inch and half an inch, depending on how wide your tube is, like that. What we do is just fold the flaps down. Oh, that's awful. Look at that one. That is really bad. Okay, we'll scrap that one, get rid of that. Luckily, we got lots. I can't believe how bad that one was. That was really, really bad. Try and get them even. If they're not perfect, it doesn't matter. So bend it down, go around in turn, bend them all down. And the last one, pick your first one back up, tuck it underneath, and it should all go back down nicely. Leave you with a nice bottom for a pot. There we go. That'll be ready to take soil and put our beans in. So half an inch, somewhere around there. So try and get them even. I should mess up like I just did. 4 cuts, making it like a box basically. Fold them down. And then fold it down, pick the first one back up, tuck the last one underneath it, a little bit like that. And then tuck it all in. Don't put your thumb through it. If you do put your thumb through it, just push it out a little bit like that. But there you go, perfect to put soil in. So let's move the scissors out of the way, let's move the box out of the way. So we've got some multi-purpose compost here. Break it up a little bit because it's still a bit stuck together out of the boxes, out of the bag. It's nice, just general purpose compost. So we take our tubes and we just fill them up. Get rid of any woody bits in there, you don't want them in there. Firm them down a little bit and leave about half an inch to an inch from the top. Right, let's get these filled up then. Doesn't take long. The little hands aren't here to help today. Said it was too cold out in the garden, so they didn't want to come. Just go through them, fill them all up. Now, if you don't have a potting bench or a potting tray, I would definitely recommend getting some sort of potting tray if you don't have room for a bench. If you've got room for a bench, brilliant. I have made do for a long time without it, and I've always found I've got soil everywhere. It goes on the floor. It's very wasteful. I brought this plastic potting tray, and it's brilliant. You can make as much mess as you want, keep it in the confines of the tray, and it doesn't matter because it's all here. It's not going on the floor. Once you're done doing your potting, you can tip it back into the bag, scoop it back into the bag. I always like to get my hands in it. But yeah, it's definitely worth the investment. I think it was only like 15-20 quid. So they're not expensive and they save a lot of mess around. So the idea of these toilet roll tubes will be that we don't disturb the seedlings once they germinate. We can put them straight into the raised beds, and the pot will decompose over time, and it's going to add to the compost, add to the soil, and it's going to give the seedlings a better root system. We're not going to disturb their root system. At least that's a theory behind it anyway. Got a bit of kick there. Get all these filled up. So you just throw it in. Even if you've got modules, you can just lay your module in here, put your compost in here, and just chuck it in. It's so much easier. Doesn't matter where it goes, like just chuck it in. Three more to do. Now, I have already sown some seeds, which I will show you in a moment. Sown some marigolds, two different types of marigolds, a single-headed version and a double-headed version. And I've also sown some salvia. Oh. Yeah, it's all falling over. One thing you might find with your toilet roll pots, because the bottoms aren't always flat, that they need to rest on each other. So I find if you group them together, then they're less likely to fall over. Right, let's make a little bit of room so you can see. There we go. So the broad beans we've got from Wilko's, broad beans. They're the Bunyard exhibition. Hopefully they'll be okay. As you can see, they're nice and cheap. It's only £1 for this pack, and it feels like there's quite a lot in there. So you can see here the recommended sowing times. So it says sow indoors, February, March, April. Obviously we're coming into March now, but we're currently in April, so we're all right to sow indoors. It's going to be out in the greenhouse. They should be fine. So let's open them up and see how we get on. Oh. Okay. Never seen broad beans before. I'm guessing we can just chuck them in. Let's have a look at the instructions. Yeah, should be alright. Just one in each part, I think. I'll give them a cover. I don't think it matters which way around it goes. I don't like that one. It's a bit mouldy. Let's not plant that one. I find it doesn't really matter which way you sow seeds. Just get them in the dirt, get them facing whichever way they want. Yeah, that's alright. And gravity will sort out the rest. The plants know which way up is and which way down is. We've got broken seed there. I'm not going to plant that either. We've got plenty of seeds in here, so there's no point making things difficult for ourselves. Got some big ones, got some small ones. There we go. Got a couple back in there. Lovely. So all I'm going to do with this now is just cover them slightly. So I'm going to try and use a bit of compost, just fine compost, break it up a little bit. Just a little bit over the top, just to cover them. See how we get on with that, shall we? Beautiful. Alright, what I am going to do is I'm going to take these out momentarily so I can empty my tray. Should have really not put them in there. Never mind. Can't get that one to stand up, stand up. There we go. There's quite a lot of compost at the bottom there, look. It's wasteful, we don't want to lose that. It's good compost. And it's not going to benefit anything or anyone if it's getting wet down there, not doing anything. So we'll just tip that around. There we go. Nice and easy. So get these back in. Give them a good watering. Oh no, look at that. What a klutz. Doesn't matter. It's in. We'll keep these in the greenhouse till they start to germinate until, I don't know, maybe a couple inches high. See when the true leaves come in, and then we'll get them out into the raised beds soon. So let's get some water. So got some water. Give them a bit of a sprinkle. Wet them in a bit. I will keep these moist. Fill the tray up a little bit. I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but this is what I'm doing. We'll see how it goes together, can't we? That'll do for the time being. Now, yeah, we'll keep these moist over the germination period. See how they go. I might try and find something to cover them, maybe like a meat tray or something like that. I've got a few propagating lids I might be able to use to put on the top of that, and might fit. So we'll keep them under cover for till they start to germinate. Keeps the heat in because it's still getting cold at night. And we'll leave it at that. We'll come back once we start to see them sprout, I think. All right, thank you for joining me. Goodbye.